Hey guys, this is Abigail. We have a new craft for this week. We're going to go ahead and create a November or Thanksgiving sort of dinner decoration. For this craft, we have a couple different supplies. One is you'll probably need a glass jar. I have 3 different sizes here. It really doesn't matter. These are all things that I've had like different types of foods in. Like this was from honey, and I don't remember what this is from. This is from minced garlic. You can really use anything. When I was looking up for this craft, the most common one was to use mason jars. You can also use, if you don't have any glass jars, you can use like metal cans. Just be careful with the rimming around the top. It can be a little bit sharp, but your ultimate goal is just to paint it and then to find a way to use it as a decoration. Something to know with the jars though is if you have paper on it like this, or if you like took it off, there might be some of like the leftover glue or anything on there. A tip to get it off is to soak it overnight in warm water, both the outside and the inside. Generally it just comes right off. Otherwise there are like different substances you can get to like get it off. So our other supply is paint. It's the same paint I used last week or last time we met. This time I have a slightly different colors. I have purple, red, and orange. I also once again have brushes. I'm not really sure what brush I want to use this time, but I have 3 different sizes. These are all acrylic brushes, flat heads, which I really think are nice for sharp edges. And finally we have paper. I'm going to make another stencil and use it for my jar. You don't have to do that again. You can just draw right onto the bottle. And then I also have, again, a roll of paper towels just in case. I don't have anything on my surface because this is my painting surface, so I really don't care what gets on it. If you are painting on something you don't want to get dirty, make sure you do put down a surface. Again, you can use newspaper, paper towels, an old rag, anything you don't really care about. Here are some of the craft ideas, so things you can do with the jars. So we're just looking for something festive, something cute, and like something you would want to put out at your Thanksgiving dinner or anything like that. So any of these are really good ideas. There's like a pumpkin or the leaves. Those are definitely great ideas. So just really any of these would be cute ideas. I'm probably going to go with this one that has the leaf and mostly orange around it, and that's probably what I'm going to do. This is also some really cute ideas with doing like gluing on the leaves. I would definitely look up different ways you can do that. I would probably use like fake leaves because real leaves tend to crumble a lot, but that's totally up to you. So we're going to look at some more designs that you could probably use. This is one of the ones that I thought was really cool. It is very extravagant, and you guys might not want to do it, but I thought it was a really cool one. It's something different. What it looks like is they used like tissue paper and just used a lot of glue and glued it on around the outside. And then they did a stencil of a tree, and they just glued it on top. This is a great alternate if you don't have paint or you don't want to use paint. This is something that you could do. So we're looking at inspiration again. For mine, I'm probably going to go ahead and do something with leaves again. I love leaves, and since it's Thanksgiving and fall, I just think it really fits. So I'm looking for just a regular leaf to take up the centerpiece. So I wanted to do a maple leaf. I'm looking at different types of maple leaves, mainly for the shapes and that sort of thing. So these are just a few different types of shapes that I could probably use. My next step is going to be creating a stencil. So I have some paper and I'm using a crayon. You probably should use like a pencil or pen or something, maybe something that's erasable to try to get what you want, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it with a crayon because that's what I have right now. So I went ahead and did my leaf. I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. One more thing, if you are using a stencil, you might want scissors, so just a heads up. So I started cutting out my stencil and I realized it would have been a lot smarter if I drew it closer towards the edge, because then it would be a lot easier to cut it out. Also, it gives you more room if you have mistakes, so just something to keep in mind. So here we have it, my final leaf. I didn't have the stem on it because I'm probably going to go with a smaller jar and it just wouldn't really fit right, so. Anyways. Hey guys, I apologize. I keep forgetting like all sorts of supplies. So something else you might want is some tape. I have two different kinds. This is Scotch tape. It's like clear. I feel like a lot of people might have this, maybe not, I don't know. This would work just fine. And then I also have like blue painter's tape. These are just some ways I'm thinking of putting that onto my bottle. So currently I'm putting on this like strip of tape. I'm gonna do another one on the other side over here. I'm just like playing around with it, doing something different. You guys are like, feel free to be creative and just have fun. Just one thing to make sure is when you are taping and you're going to use it first, like straight edges and keeping it clean, make sure you like really push down on it so that the edges don't let any paint seep through. So currently I am trying to figure out how to get this to stay on there without the tape interfering. I don't think I'm going to be able to, just because of the design I'm using. So I'm going to put some tape on the back and stick it on there, and then I'm going to take a Sharpie and just trace the outline so I know where all the edges are and hope for the best. Currently I'm just going to go ahead and like fold my tape down, like roll it like this and stick it on like that. So this is just a suggestion if you run into like a problem like that. So I got it stuck on there. Like I said, it's coming off on the edges here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and use the Sharpie. So here we have it, my nice leaf on the jar. It looks a little wonky because it's curved and because I probably should have done it slightly smaller, but it's just something you'll have to play with. So I forgot a couple more supplies. This is mainly for painting. I have a water thing here, and then I also have a tray for my paints. And now we're finally gonna get to use our brushes. I'm gonna start painting with the bigger brush just so I can get a large majority of the jar finished, and then I'm probably gonna go from my large brush all the way down to my very small brush. Well, it's not that small, but like, it's smaller. So I've gotten a little bit painted. Something to be careful about is brush strokes. As you can see right here, you can definitely see my brush strokes. So just be careful with those. It's a lot more translucent than I thought it would be, so going back with a couple more layers might be something to consider. Alright, so here is my first layer completed. Probably going to go through with another layer just because of all the brush strokes, and it just is not very opaque at all. You probably don't want it super opaque anyways, because this is for like putting the candle in and having it light a room or whatever. So yeah. Something else to consider is painting the bottom of the jar. I'm doing that because when I was looking at it from the top, I could see the bottom, and I kind of just wanted to have like the whole backgrounds completely covered in paints. So this is what it looks like with my second base. I added a little bit of red to this back one. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the stripes here. I'm starting to think about what I want to do with the stripe. I went ahead and pulled one off just so I could see what it looks like. As you can see, like, it's mostly a straight line. There are definitely some places that the paint did come through, which is totally fine. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything like that. Also, I did not end up using either my medium or my large or small brush. I only used my large brush, so yeah, I mean, it was a little more tricky around the edges, especially close to the top, but it was not that hard, so you probably could just stick with one brush. I think I figured out what I'm gonna do. So I have these like glass Sharpie marker things. I'm gonna do like a little design in the middle there. This is totally something you can do too if you want to be super fancy. You could do the whole thing in glass paint. It is a lot more translucent, and depending on what kind you get, it could be a little sticky. So just another thing you could think about. So here's my little design. It's nothing much, it's just like a little cute something. It's like a vine with flowers or something. Over here I had a little mishap with my marker. It like completely started leaking out everywhere. But other than that, I thought it turned out pretty decently. I liked drawing with the marker a lot, so I went ahead and added the veins of the leaf to the jar. So I'm finished with my thing. I have a candle inside and I'm about to light it. Alright, there we go, see? And here is my candle. You can see the design and everything, and then it leaves this cool pattern on the, like, around the area, and you can see my pattern from the leaves. Now, be careful if you do light a candle. Fire is very dangerous, so make sure you have permission from your parents and all that sort of thing. But I had a lot of fun doing it, so I hope you guys enjoy it as well.